Hi everyone and welcome in this video. Today we're going to create this section here with these cards button. Let's call them comparison cards like Flowbyte does. So we are building this on WordPress with Bricks Builder and AutomaticCSS. You can check the description of the video to have more information on my setup. So let's start right away. First thing, section here, and click on the container. With the container selected, we are going on content and then display grid. And in grid template columns, right click and choose 2 columns. Then let's say I want a gap here, right click, and I'm going to choose XXL. Let me check the design and see if it's similar. So in the design, the gap is smaller, so I can change this. Instead of XXL, I will use XL. And then I'm going to select again the container. With the container selected, okay, make sure it's selected. Go on the plus button and then go on block. I'm going to do the first block, open the layers here, select the block. You can rename it with left block, like this. So left block renamed, make sure it's selected. Now plus button again, and here we are going to add a heading, a rich text, and a link, text link here, okay? We are going to style this at the end. Then container again, with the container selected, plus button. Let's add some new elements like the block again. And now block, I'm going to click on it, double click and rename it to right block in this case, okay? Great, make sure this is selected. Let me get a view to the design again. So we have those 2 titles and a right icon. There is a mouse over effect. Okay, so we're going to reproduce this very quickly. Plus button here, div, and now there is a div here, right? You can select it by here or going on the layer, make sure it's selected, plus button here, or maybe wait, let's go on grid. Grid, and then I'm going to change this to a grid of 2. And then I can go on a style tab here, layout, and I will use a 100% width. So it takes all the space, right? Okay, so now with the div selected, I'm going to add 2 new div inside of it. So plus button, and then 1 click and a second click right now. So we have 2 div into the div, okay? I know it seems confusing, but those are the 2 divs. So select the first one and go on the plus button and add the heading. I click the heading twice because there is 2 heading. And then in the second div, okay, select it here on the layer. I'm going to add, not from here, wait 1 second, from the plus button on the top, I apologize, search for icon. Add the icon by clicking on it. And now we have our icon added, right? So close this. And now I'm going to open the div again, okay? Make sure the div this time is selected, content, and here go down until you see the display, change it to flex. Now with that changed, we can get and put it aligned to the end, and as you can see now the icon is at the very end. You can now center it, align self here, and then center it also here. So now we have our structure and we need to start styling it. So with the icon selected, you can choose the desired icon. Like I'm going with the arrow, like the original design. You can also upload your own SVG, and click on the right block first and click on BAM. Okay, if you click on BAM, it will allow you to rename and add the classes to all the items, all the nested items. So as you can see here from the design, right? But in this case, I'm going to do it with the div. So div, BAM, and here I'm going to name it and basically give him, you know, a proper name. And as you can see in the structure, it's going to add now all those classes, apply classes, and now all the classes are applied, and I can start styling it. So open everything so you see the structure. Let's start, let me check the design. So we have the title, we have the icon, we need to style everything. I will try to style it as fast as possible. So click here, okay, and then I'm going to paste the text. Let me paste this text Wait a moment. Okay, so I'm trying to paste it very quickly. So select the title, get here and just paste the text, and I'm going to remove the unwanted text and change the HTML tag to H4 or H5 as you wish. Let me get also this other text. I think it's better if I type it because I'm not able to copy it. So Flowbyte versus Google. Great. HTML tag H3, or you can change it. You can also style it as you wish. Yeah, so go on the div here, select it, then get here and click on the class to activate it. Okay, then now I'm going to change the display to flex and direction vertical, and now center the align self, and now it's centered like the arrow, as you can see. Click here on the main block, the button card arrow here. I also want to show you that when I activate the class, in this case, all the styling disappears. Okay, this because we styled this without using the class first, right? So to fix this, basically, let's close this. Okay, I'm going to close this, and I'm going to right click here and make copy style, and then remove all the styling from here. Okay, select again the class, click here, and then go here and paste the style. So now that I paste the style to this class, everything is okay with the class activated. And now I can go forward. So go on style and then go on padding. And here we can click here twice and just right click and add, the desired spacing. XS, like in this example, looks good. And then background, not the background actually, where is it? Yeah, here is it. The color background, it's here. You can choose a color. I'm command and get a transparency of this color very quickly. And then let me go on border, and border, click here and then right click here to get the radius, the desired radius. Like in this case I'm using M. Check the design. Yeah, it looks pretty similar. I'm going to also add a left border. So here we need to add a left border. Wait a second, not like that. Left, yeah, first we need to add a style, a solid style, and then on left I'm going to add like pixels, like 4 pixel. This is still, yeah, 10 pixel would be great. As you can see now, we're seeing something. I'm going to change the color to something a little bit more colorful like this, the action color. Here you go. Now we have our little border on the left, and it looks great. So let's keep moving on the next phase. Now I want to change the color of this. Click on the class typography, and you can use a light gray or something else, like in this case. As you can see now, also the second title changes color. This is because we have a class, the same class on both the titles, right? So if you remove this, so if you check the first one, this is activated, right? So we are editing it. This one has the class in it, so we need to remove it. And if I remove it, as you can see, now it's not getting the same coloring of the other title. So now I want to add his own class. So get here on the block, and then as you can see, we can add a new one. But before adding a new one, okay, I'm going to rename it like heading 2 so that he has his own class, and then apply the classes. And now, as you can see, he has his own class. And that's great because now I can style it, and whenever I have this element here, the style will be the same. So let's change now the arrow here. Click on the arrow, click on the class and contents, and then change the size of it. 2em, we can do it even smaller, like 1.4. 1.2 maybe is better. It's a little bit more, it's a little bit smaller, it looks good. Let me get to the design. As you can see, now let me check. So there is also this mouse hover effect that we need to add, right? And I will show you how to do that very quickly. So make sure to select the block here, the card block, and then you need to go here. Click on the Style tab, and on the top left, Pseudo Classes, click on it, click here, and click on Hover. Now if we style everything, means that everything changed on Hover. So if I change the background now on the hover color I wish, I'm going to use here one of those gray colors, okay, with a transparency. I remember you command to show the transparency version of that color. And then let me go on CSS, and on CSS I just typing all 0.5 seconds is. This is the transition of the effect. Now you cannot see anything here. Let me click away. Let me close this maybe also. Okay, and let me check. Wait a moment, something's going on here. Okay, now as you can see, it's showing the effect. You just need to click around. As you can see, this mouse over effect is really great, and you can choose whatever you want. You can use different kind of transitions you can find on Google. You can use ChatGPT for the code, whatever you want. So you can really play around with that. So okay, let's go forward. On the right side, okay, make sure we select the block of the card. Go on layout here, and then on padding, I'm going to add some padding on the top because I don't really like it. So going to change this, right click. You can use maybe, let's see, S. Okay, so I'm going to copy this variation here, this spacing variation, and paste it here so that on the top and the bottom there is more space, as you can see, and it looks a little bit more like the design. Okay, great. Now on the right, select the card and duplicate it by clicking this icon. Great, select the right block, and now I'm going to content, and here on content we need to search for row gap. Right click on it and choose your desired spacing, XS. Great, now the spacing is done, and yeah, we have our our cards here. Let's style very quickly also the left side. So copy the text. I'm going to paste it very quickly. Copy the body text and paste it here by selecting this. Okay, and then the link. Copy the link and paste it. Oops, but select first the link button and then paste it. So let me style very quickly the link button. Let's go on here icon and choose the desired icon here. Click on it. You can also upload your own icon. I'm going to choose one very quickly. I'm going to choose this one, and then here position, change it to right, and now link to external URL, and you can add your URL here. So now go on style and typography, right click on font size, and I'm going to choose S. For example, I will add a calculation, so calc parenthesis, go at the end, multiply 1.2 and parenthesis closed. So now we have this font size here. Great. So now I want to change the color of this one. So click on the color, and I'm going with the gray. Perfect. And now I have my gray color. Go on left block, and with left block selected, on the left side, content, row gap. Where is it? We can also align on the center here if you wish. And then on row gap, okay, we are going to choose a spacing, XS in this case. And yeah, so we have the structure. As you can see on the design, this one is actually on the top, it's not centered. So as you wish, you can keep it centered, or you can actually, go on left block again and make sure to click here so that it's aligned on the top, and you can save the page. So let's get to the responsive version. So we have the tablet version that looks good. There is this mobile, horizontal mobile, that doesn't really look good. So click on the container and right click here and choose one column. And as you can see now, everything is on one column and it looks better. And on mobile too. Great, so looks really nice. Let's make sure now to fix all the small things. Again, you can really change all the settings for each thing, but I see that there is a title here problem, like the text looks you know, going on a new line, and I don't want that. So we need to make sure there is enough space for the text. Go on the button card block here, okay? And as you can see, there is 2 columns, right? But the left column, I need it bigger. So let's go here and change this to 3-1. Okay, so you don't see it here because you need to actually refresh by also changing maybe the breakpoint. Like if you go on mobile already, you see that the left side is a lot bigger now than the right one. And if you get to the other resolution, as you can see now, also desktop is showing the left column is a lot bigger and the text could be longer and it won't go on 2 lines. So now we solved the issue, right? Save this. And now let's start and style the color. So select the title, go on Style, Typography, and change the color. And then select the icon, again, change the color, but not here. You go on Content and Color here. Choose your color and do the same thing to the other cards. So I get to this other title here, okay. Wait, let me close everything, get here, and on Style, I can change the border left first. So border, and here I'm going to change the border color, okay. So make sure this is selected and go and change to a red, for example, and now the border color changed. So I'm going to do the same thing to the title, color, perfect, icon, select it, change the color with red, and do the same thing to the third one. So select the block of the button card, you know, the button card block, and go on border, where is it, border, and change the color to your like violet. It's not very nice, but okay. Change the typography color, again violet, and again here this arrow, go on Content for the icon, of course, and go on Color and violet. So looks great. We have our own color for each card, okay, and we can actually save this. So what we need last, we need to add a link to the card, right? So select the card, the desired card, and then get on here on the left and select HTML tag and just click on a link. With this selected, you will unlock a link input field here, external URL, and you can add the URL. Let's test this by adding like the Google website. Oops, that's wrong. Great, you can save it and just open it. And as you can see, if I mouse over, I can click and I get on Google, right? So this is working really fine. So let's get back here. And if you wish, I will show you also how to do a new tab. So here there is an option at the bottom. Where is it? I guess here is it. Open in a new tab, and of course it will open in a new tab if you click on that card. Thanks a lot for following this tutorial. If was useful, like button, subscribe to the channel for more, and of course if you have any issue or question, just comment below in this video. I will try to reply as soon as possible. Ciao ciao!